Yeah, watch that dog. Okay.
All right. We'll see you at 6.
Okay, we're live. Okay, so hi everyone. Got a nice surprise for you. David Hancock and myself are actually on Gabriola Island, and we are just underneath the nest. And it's very peaceful at the moment, and we've got very good signal. So thanks for being there. So we just have to be a little bit patient. They're just lying down now. So you can just see one of the eaglets, and hopefully in a while the hawklet will get up, and then you'll be able to see it. I've from a zoom point of view, I've got superb quality, so it should be absolutely no problem. Hi, David Dunn. Very nice to see you. So it should all work. So just be patient, right? Just be patient. Hi, everyone. Hi, Gentleman Ghost, David the Dunn, Pamela. Very nice. So you can probably go and see the camera at the same time, which I'm not accessing now to save some bandwidth. But David Hancock and I are sitting below the nest, just like we did 5 years ago with the Sydney nest. And well, we just have to be a little bit patient and see that something happens. Hi, Lady Hawk. Very nice to see you. That's great. So, Lady Hawk, if you don't mind, you can put in comments, please, because you've got a direct view of the of the nest or anybody else, and I cannot do that at the moment, broadcast that in parallel. But I've got two views. Hang on, I'm just going to switch cameras. I got two cameras. So this is that's the wide field. Okay, so you can see the whole structure of the nest there, right? It's an old nest, and it's a what tree is that, David? It's a Douglas fir. Okay, it's Douglas fir. And yeah, they're resting at the moment. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to rain. And yeah, we are here on Gabriola Island. And yeah, it's quite marvelous. Thank you so much for your support, by the way, David Dunn. And thank you for anybody else's support. Greatly appreciated, because I'm going to stay here. We're going to stay here overnight and try and do some more broadcasts and lots of filming because this is such a special event. Hi, Anne. Hi, Terry. Hi, Pascal, Erica, Lucy, and everyone. Just drinking some water. 1 second. So I'm jumping in from one camera to the next. That's the close-up, but at the moment they're just hiding, right? That's the difference we have. Hi, Tina from Sacramento. Very nice. So we just got to be patient. That's what it's all about. And if needs be, I'll rebroadcast. I'm so glad it's actually working. That everything is working. We've got a hell of a setup here. Let me just see if I can give you a different view. 1 second with a video camera. I don't know if I can. Let me try get the integrated webcam. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So here I am anyway. So on Gabriola Island. It's very nice. And David's sitting next to me, but he's not on the camera at the moment.
Oh.
Here's David. David Hancock.
Hello.
There's David.
Hi. I'm toasting their hawklet.
Yes. We're toasting the hawklet, and it's the third event that we're actually trying to broadcast live because it's so special. It's really wonderful. Yeah. So
and we're sitting in the middle of the road.
Yeah, we're sitting in the middle of the road. So we're just waiting. So if you want to just look at the live stream directly from the camera, they're probably resting both. If you Google Gabriola Eagle Cam, you'll be able to see it, right? So they're both resting. And as soon as I see an action, I will go right back. Okay, we'll go right back. We're on site, isn't it? That was the big surprise. We didn't tell you yesterday that we were going to go on site because I'm a little bit superstitious because I want to first see. I didn't know, if we would have any possibility to even broadcast from here. But I'm delighted to say that we've got good signal, we've got everything. It's really wonderful. Hi, Grace Terry, very nice to see you. Lady Hawk, of course. That's great. So I'm going to switch the camera again. It's not going to be exciting at the moment, but this is nature, right? So we just have to be a bit patient. Let me just switch back to my. So I've got two cameras. Oh, there you go. At least you can see the one eaglet now. Very nice from close up. I'm going to really zoom in now. You're going to do a crazy zoom in. So hang on.
Can't see the adult sitting on it. You want to give them a minute of looking at the adult?
So there's one eaglet. You can really see it from close, from very, very close now. You don't even get it like that from the webcam. They're looking directly at us, actually, saying, "What is going on there?" So it's see, there it is.
Hi,
It's
Eagle.
very close. That's Pam with me, who we interviewed yesterday. So
So cute.
yes.
Hello, everybody.
So yeah, we got it really close up. Is the nest far from the other nest? Yes, yes. So James, the one again, gentleman goes. The one nest was Sydney. So if you look at the ferry, that goes to Victoria. We are close to Nanaimo. Okay, Nanaimo. If you look on the map, and that's on the east side of the island from Nanaimo. You go across. There's a small island called Gabriola Island, and that's where we're on. Right, that's at the moment where we're on. So what's the aerial distance, David, from here to Sydney? I mean, you're very good at aerial distance. What would an eagle take? How long would it?
Take an hour to fly.
Yeah, no, yeah. What's the aerial distance in kilometers?
Probably 50 miles.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only 50 miles. Okay, there you go. So it's not far. It's not far. I'll zoom out a bit again. That's a bit too close. Yeah. So it's about 50 miles, right? So it's not bad. Anyway, it's exciting to have you all here. I'll switch over to the other camera. I've got two cameras here. That's the wide field camera, right? So it's a little bit against the light, but that's okay. And hopefully the Hawklet will join very soon. You can see that it's quite an old nest actually, and it's really beautiful. That baby's checking you both out. You bet, Pamela. Isn't that right? He's looking straight at us. Yes. He's thinking, what are they doing? Yeah, let's go back to the other camera and zoom back in. I wish I could show you my setup here. It's a crazy setup. I've got a table here with a chair and wires and everything. Soaring hi, soaring eagle. Very nice. Kimberly, hi. Lady Hawk, of course. Pascal, Jill. It's very. That's great. So we'll just be a bit patient. And if someone could put let me see if I can put put the link to the nest so you can see it. One second. I'm just going to try and do that here. So you have it if you need it. And then you can see for yourself why we cannot see the Hawklet at the moment. Okay. Let's see if I can go into the chat here. Love your videos. Thank you so much. That's very kind. Thank you. Okay, Proud Cat Mama Free. It's so wonderful to see you all back again. Because this is such a unique event. It is so rare. I was so excited. We got up very early. We had to take two ferries, right? We had to take one from Tswassen to Nanaimo. There was a 2-hour ferry trip, and then we had to take another ferry trip. So it took quite some time to get here. Hi, Kimberly. Put up a driver reflection triangle so you don't get. Yeah, we are at the dead end here. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. So people who come in drive really slow, so it's okay. This is actually it's very lucky that. Oh, you can hear him. Oh, I think they're coming in. Hang on, I'm going to switch camera.
Oh, there it's coming in. It's landing. It's landing.
It's
right
landing.
now.
It's landing. There you go. There you go. Okay, let's zoom in.
It's got food.
Now that's beautiful. There you go.
And the other one just
Took off
close
again.
to us.
Took off again. Okay.
Yeah, they both went off in the same direction.
Yeah, but you got that. We got it from both cameras, so we're getting there. Oh, the Hawklet deserves a name. Okay, absolutely. So this is a great moment. Yeah, I don't see them. Well, the Hawklet you cannot see at the moment, but I gave the link in there so you can see it. It's resting at the moment. Okay. Hi, Terry. So you can see it from the other camera, right? But you just saw Mama come in. And well, this is wildlife. We just have to be patient, right? We just have to be patient. Have you seen the Hawklet? Absolutely, I've seen it. I wish I already have have some video from it. You know what? Let me go up and try and play back the video so you can see it. This is fantastic. Good point. So let me just go back in my data. I'm going to switch over to the other camera. And I will go back now and see if I can find it in my library. So we can actually go back here. Let's go. See if we can play back. Play back something where we saw the Hawklet. Yeah. Yeah. I got it. Okay. I'm going to switch over to the other camera now. So this is indeed, there you can see the Hawklet on the right-hand side and the eagle. That happened about probably 1 hour ago. Okay, so this is very new footage. It's just not live, it's semi-live, but there you can clearly see the eaglet and you can see that, the Hawklet in comparison. And David and I think it'll probably fledge somewhere around
About 10 or 11 days.
10 to 11 days. That's the thing. So there you go. They're both there. That's it.
But of course, one of the big worries
Yes.
is that the fledge might not be quite as natural as you would hope, meaning
Right.
that the young redtail would fly on its own because they could both be sticking their great wings out, and if the Hawklet isn't rooted onto the nest holding on,
Yes.
he's going over the edge if the big brother there pushes him. So there may be a pre-launch, but we'll hope not.
Yes. And Lady Hawk's just saying, when the parent came to the nest, it had something in its talons. Great. And the Hawklet claimed it. Is that so? Well, there you go. We're laughing because that is just so cool.
Well, it's precisely what happened in the Sydney period 5 years ago.
Yes.
The little Hawklet dominated the three big eaglets that were in the same nest.
Yes.
He just would grab food from their mouths.
Yes.
He just dominated the three huge brother-in-laws.
But anyway, this is, I'm glad I recorded some footage. So I'm just playing this back, actually. And I'll switch over to live again so you can see the comparison. But at the moment, yeah, you only see the one eaglet. And if I go back now on replay, there you go. So you can enjoy that. It's
an adult land.
Yeah, so it's very nice. Isn't that exciting that we can see this live like this? And now, I mean, it's great to have their camera, but David and I were just discussing their PTZ camera, and they want to upgrade it. Obviously, no, they don't have a PTZ camera. They have just a fixed camera, right?
They have a fixed camera.
Yeah, but no ways, not again. It is again. Yeah, look, but there you can see the size difference now. Look at that. It's quite something, isn't it? Yeah, we don't know whether the Hawklet is a male or female. Do we know something about the eaglet? No, nothing, right? Nothing. Okay.
In me looking at it, I would say it's a male, but that's just more a guess, and what just general behaviors, the way it moves is more like a male to me than a
Okay.
female.
Gentleman Ghost wants to know how much did the ferry trip cost and how long was it? So I think what we pay for the ferry trip?
Heaven forbid, I never paid any attention. Isn't that terrible?
Something
But I
around
haven't- I-
$80-$90, right? Didn't we? The Canadian, right? I think. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to put in another video. Wait 1 second.
The ferry coming from Vancouver over to the island here was $82. Now that's for the car and Christian, because
right.
as an elder, I don't have to pay in the middle of the week, so I got to travel free. And then it cost another $35 from Gabriola, from Nanaimo over to the island. And again, that's for the car and Christian. I got to travel free again because I'm older.
Yeah, so yes, and the ferry trip takes 2 hours, and then it takes another, then we have to drive through Nanaimo, and it takes another 15-20 minutes, right? So it's fair. It's I left the house just before 6 a.m. this morning, and it took about 6 hours to get here, something like that, 5-6 hours in total.
Well, it takes 40 minutes for us to
Yeah,
get to the ferry.
Yeah.
And technically, it's 2 hours on the ferry, and another half hour on the other side, and then 20 minutes on the second ferry. So, but with weights, it took 6 hours.
But David, here's a good question. Heather's asking, are there any concerns for injuries the way the adult transported the hawk, thinking of when it comes to fledge? That's a good question.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, you hit a really interesting question.
Yeah.
Did the parent, in grabbing the young hawklet for food, did it injure it? When, I don't know, have you shown them the shot of the eagle arriving with
they've seen it yesterday. They have.
So when the adult is carrying the young hawk to the nest, I thought it was carrying a dead chicken, because it looked like it was just a naked chicken off to the featherless chicken. And then it sits on the perch by the nest for a few minutes, and then it jumps down into the nest with the hawklet, and then you see the hawklet begin to move. So then I realized, oh, that's not a dead chicken, it's something else. And then pretty soon the hawk lifts its head up and begs. And of course, is this the combination? This is what we think. The combination of having a hooked beak on the head plus the begging call being the equivalent of the begging call of a young eaglet, the two things, the begging call and the hooked beak, just stimulates the mom to feed it. And that's what happened. Instead of eating the so-called chicken, which was a hawklet, they turned around, Mrs. Eagle went and fed it. And now it's...
I'll go back to live now.
Your question is, did that young hawk develop some kind of mortal wound? Oh, here comes the eagle. It's just flying by. Maybe it's here it comes. It's around. It's just about to land on the nest.
We got it live. We got it beautiful.
There it was. Wonderful.
And now we zoom in. Oh, look at that. Now we zoom in. Oh, that's gone again. It went to the other branch, right? It went to another tree. It went off. It went off.
Guess it didn't want to bother arguing with its big kid.
It went off again.
So the question that your guest asked was, is it likely that the hawk has some long-term negative injury from being grabbed by the eagle out of the red-tailed nest and being carried back? We can't really tell that. It doesn't look like it. The eaglet has now been here a week or 8 days or something. So it hasn't likely got any serious body injury. And I suspect it's probably going to develop normally. It doesn't look, when it flaps its wings a bit, as though it's got any injury. So I think the bird will be quite fine and probably fledge normally.
By the way, Pam is behind me, who we've been interviewing live yesterday, and someone's asking, how did this happen again? Pam, do you want to sit down and say something? We're going to let Pam say a few words here. Okay.
Hi, guys.
Okay.
How did this happen?
How did this happen? Yes.
Well, on June 4th, 12:54 and some odd seconds, in came Mama onto the upper branch there and clunked down on the branch with something that looked dead. It was very limp in her talons, and she sat there for a bit thinking about it for about a minute, and then she went down into the nest and dropped the feed, and then like a few seconds later it opened up its wings and it was something alive, and we were like, oh my goodness, what is that? Is it a seagull? Is it something? Who is it? So that's how it happened. It was brought in as live feed to teach
and
Eaglet.
we have it live on camera. We have it recorded. That's what's so amazing, right?
Yeah.
So we really know what happened.
The only missing element is
What?
we didn't see Mum take it out of the red tail.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah, next
I wouldn't want to see
Next
that
time.
part.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Yeah.
That would be like tragic.
Oh,
But, yeah, it's awesome.
good facts.
Oops.
If you want to sit
No, go ahead.
Okay, so we just have to be a bit patient now. I'll go and play some old clips again. Not old clips, but it's about an hour ago. That's a good thing I can do this here. So let's just go back a bit. At the old clips here.
Oh, that's cheap, not 6. We got 15 minutes. We there?
No.
Wait a minute, where is it now?
Good.
As long as
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We're just sitting and watching.
So if you are willing to just text me, but I'll come back.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Perfect. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
See you in a bit, Christian.
Sure. See you. Yeah, sure.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do the replay again. For those of you who haven't seen this, you see the difference in size. Kidnapping, yes, that's what it is. Someone says it's kidnapping, yes. 1 second.
Well, it really was an attempt at cannibalism.
Cannibalism, yes.
Cannibalism that turned rather beneficiary, benevolent.
When he fledges, do you think, okay, let's put some more questions on here. Okay, so Janelle is saying, when he fledges, do you think he would be able to find its next? So,
It's next.
yeah, well, meaning is probably his own red tail friends and so on. Yeah,
well,
that's a good one.
That's a good question. We have only the example of watching the one we did at Sydney 5 years ago when that little red tail fledged. He had 3 big eaglet brothers, and he was so much faster in moving around the nest that he was off and out of there pretty quickly, and he would follow mother down to the beach. And as she's looking for crabs and along the beach zone, he'd be right there looking for crabs. And we took pity on him. And we've got a big swimming pool, a plastic one, and we would throw mice into that pool for him. And he learned to come up and grab the mice out of this swimming pool that we had. And so we were trying to teach him his natural diet is not crabs. His natural diet is mice and voles. So we did a little bit of instruction for him and gave him a bit of practice catching mice in our little tiny, well, it was about 4 feet across swimming pool. So will this bird get some kind of extra assistance? I don't know. Probably not, because just down about the same length as the tree.
And I see Janelle just corrected it. When he fledges, do you think you'll be able to find his nest again? Yes, they do very much.
Well, you mean his original eagle nest?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do you mean the
he won't likely go back to his old
Right.
nest.
Mm.
That's just not what
Mm.
fledglings tend to do. I
Mhm.
think he'll fly around this area
Mhm.
probably for 4 or 5 days, and then go off on a migration. And the challenge will be: will he have enough instinctive knowledge to be able to find mice? That's the key.
And Terry has an interesting question here. Was there any signs of the hawk mom hovering in an attempt to rescue the hawklet?
Well, we don't know anything
Yes.
about that.
Mm.
Certainly, the hawk was not pursuing the eagle. At least it was not seen to be doing so when the eagle landed on its perch,
Mhm.
carrying the young hawklet. It wasn't being pursued that we could see by the mother redtail. So we don't know that, and we don't know how far away, but it could easily have been from half a mile or more away that the hawk nest was. We don't know that. Yeah, there seems to be no
Okay, one second.
evidence on our films of the hawk chasing the eagle for taking its young.
I'm just replaying some. In the meantime, I'm just replaying that those were the first videos I made just about an hour ago. So I'm just replaying them, which is very nice. I can do all this with the system here.
Yeah.
So, 1 second. Let's take up some questions. Naive question from Gentleman Ghost. Have any academic papers been submitted further investigating these hawk-eagle scenarios? Yes, not sure how this would work. Yes, the answer is the first person who did this was a person in Washington State called James Watson from the Fish and Wildlife, and he was the first to publish this in the 90s, actually.
Oh.
Yes, and there were three sightings that he quoted at that time, and I know that from Professor Bird actually. And
Yeah.
I called him at that time. I actually called James Watson, and he gave me the reference to he gave me the links to the papers. So yes, the answer is yes. It's been documented, but what was missing, of course, is the decisive thing. This long argument. I mean, David Hancock and Professor Bird, they long suspected that. This was what you call a non-lethal predation, right? Non-lethal predation,
Yeah.
right? So it's being carried from another nest, but we never had it on video, right? So this is the first
No,
time.
we've
Yeah.
never had
Yes.
the actual
Yes.
catch in the
Yes.
hawk nest
Yes.
of the young hawk
Mm.
by the eagle.
Yes.
There is one record a bit different, which happened in the late 1990s
Mhm.
in near Tsawwassen in Vancouver area, in which case the eagle was seen on a camera, one of the very first cameras ever
Mhm.
recording wildlife, and the eagle came carrying an adult redtail into the nest, and it killed it. And a month later, the eagle nest revealed that there was not just a young eagle egg hatching, but there was another egg hatching, and it was a redtail egg hatching. So it appears that the female redtail hawk kind of exuded a nest in its an egg in its death throes, and that was
Right.
sat on by the eagle when it was sitting on its own
Mhm.
eagle egg, and both hatched, and the young redtail fledged.
Right.
Or in the end, it didn't quite naturally fledge. It got knocked out of the nest by the young eaglets, the growing eaglets, and it went to the ground, and it was collected up and taken to Owl, the rehab center. And then a year later, after it had molted and developed all new feathers, it was and taught how to hunt. It
Mhm.
was released,
Right.
and so it's possibly still out there flying around. Well, that's now 25 years ago, 28 years ago. It's a long time.
Yeah, non-lethal predation. Yeah, and by the way, this is live now. So yeah, this poop is live. It's live, and you would see the same poop. You would have seen the same up, and it's going off. I have to move the camera a little bit. Hang on. Whoops.
Oh, he's come back again. He's
It's
now
coming
centered.
back.
He's now centered.
Wow, look at that. You're getting that. You're getting, what do you call this? Winger sizing, something.
Yeah, it's winger. Yeah, our followers
Yeah.
came up with the word winger sizing.
Yeah,
for
winger
that.
sizing. Yes. There are two adults. No, there's only one adult in this nest. So Sydney hawk nest had two adults. No, what am I saying? There's one eaglet, right? But there's two adults, of course, here in the nest. Yeah.
Oh yeah, two adults.
Yeah.
One is still sitting in the tree just
Right.
up here. I'm looking at it right now, and the other one is off hunting.
Yes.
Probably mom hunting and dad sitting watching.
And thank you, Gentleman Ghost, for the support. That'll go to ferry trips and staying overnight and broadcasting and many other expenses. Oh, so that's great. Thank you. Yeah, so this is a live picture now, and it's very clear. So you should be able to compare this, what you're seeing here directly, and I hope someone can do that. Compare it directly with the with the camera, right? I gave you the link of it, although it's not a very high resolution camera, but you should be able to see exactly that this is live, what I'm showing here. Let me just move to the other camera. Okay, there we go. Oops, it's going to start raining. Please don't rain, because I've got all my equipment out here. I'll have to really get things in if it starts raining. I hope not. Okay, so next question from Proud Mama. Proud Cat Mama of 3. Are you sure it's only 3? Do you think once the Hawklet has fledged, would it be possible for him to find its natal nest? It's well, that's a good one.
Yeah, well, that's what the last question was almost the same. It didn't use the word natal nest, but I mean, it might encounter it by chance. I don't think there'd be any reason biologically for it to want to find the nest, because it wouldn't normally get fed in the nest after it's fledged.
Right.
So I don't think it needs to do that. Red tails build quite small nests compared to eagles. So it's not a huge amount of work.
Right.
Once the bird is mature in a couple of years to build a new nest, build a nest of its own. So I don't think it needs to find its natal nest. For one thing, the parents would likely still own it, and they would not be tolerating the young eagle back at the nest site competing with them.
Oh, and Maggie Haynes is saying, Christian, that
there it goes.
There's one off. Yeah, I should have stayed another week and joined you. Yes, Maggie, you should have. This is so amazing. Well, we didn't know that we would be going. Oh, there's just an eagle coming in. Wait, I'm gonna get my face. I'm gonna get my face out of here. Wait a minute. Just do this quickly. Sorry. There's much more interesting there. There you go. Ah, did it not land again?
No, it didn't.
It didn't land. You're right, Maggie.
The coastline here with the sea is only about 100 feet away from this nest site, and the tide is just starting to come in again. So it's right on the shoreline. Yes.
Oh, I just hope it's not going to rain, because it's really going to spoil it. Because then I have to put my equipment in very quickly.
We didn't bring an umbrella.
No, I did. The only stupid. You see how stupid I am. I brought all my equipment, but not an umbrella. We might have to borrow an umbrella from someone. There it is. You can see it now. Okay. At least, no, not the Hawklet. I mean, it's the eagle. That's still there, right? So, but we see something in the background. Wait a minute. There's another in the background just behind. That could be the Hawklet. Wait a minute. If it's getting up now, hopefully. That's maybe we're lucky with the rain. So otherwise, I'll have to take off I'll get my coat and put it over the computer. Another food delivery. Yes. Ah, there comes the Hawklet. You can see it behind now. There you go. That's live now. Now you can see both. Isn't that marvelous? Let me zoom in. Okay, hang on. It's really hiding. It's really hiding, but it's there. Hawklet is eating on something. Yeah, it is. It's definitely there behind the it's behind the branch.
Now, if they're running the original cam at the same time,
There it is. You can see it.
Yeah.
Look. Okay, let me zoom in even more.
it's interesting. It almost looked then as though the chick was looking around the branch
Yes.
down at us, because a lady and her husband with a little white dog are, yes, I'm sure he's watching this little dog that's walking by here. Look at that. That's what he's
Isn't that
doing.
marvelous?
He's
Look
looking
at that.
little dog down here beside us.
Yeah. Isn't that marvelous? Now you can really see it from close up. Just hiding behind there. Just yeah, come on. I have to move the camera just a little. Ah, there it is again. I've got a 900 millimeter. I've got 960 millimeter of glass on here to make this possible. And I'm digitally zooming in further because it's a 4K video in order to show it at this resolution. How far are we from the nest, David? What do you think?
I'd say
David's good at estimating.
360 feet.
360 feet. So there you go. So it's about a bit more than 100 meters. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just behind there now. There you go. There you go. There he is. Oh, look at his feathers, how they're changing, David. You see that?
Yeah.
They're definitely growing up. It's definitely growing up now, huh? Hi, Mark. Nice to see you too.
Well, they've had him 12 days.
Yes.
He's been in this nest 12 days. And
12 days, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. 12 days, exactly. Okay, let me just zoom in a bit more.
yeah, he's plucking away at something
They're
there.
plucking, yeah, he must have got something there.
Well, he's pulling at some meat.
Oh, it's raining. Hang on, I'm just going to cover my computer.
My red jacket in there is more of a.
Yeah, that's the only thing I forgot was an umbrella. Yeah, I'm just going to cover this a bit. So there we go. That's okay. As long as the keyboard is covered. You can hear the rain coming in. Okay. Yeah, Lady Hawk is definitely here. Do you have any idea why parents let their second eaglet starve? And okay, David will explain it. 1 second, I'm just going to put that on the screen, but then I have to cover my computer because it's raining at the moment. So, okay, David, do you have any idea why parents let their second eaglet starve and feeding the Hawklet? Is it possible that second eaglet was sick and they gave up? Thank you.
Well, that's almost as good a theory as an alternative. The alternative would normally be, or at least many people would suggest, that the parents weren't finding enough food, and with the first hatch being 3 days older than the second hatch, the first hatch had a 3 days of extra growth and strength. And when there wasn't enough food, he had the advantage of hustling the food
Hmm.
away from the chick, from the smaller chick. And the smaller chick just kept getting smaller and smaller. And we've seen that several cases. So that's one of the commonly accepted theories that that the lack of food usually gives the first hatched
Right.
an advantage, and that bird being that it had 3 days of growth more than the second hatch, it has the extra strength to outcompete his younger sibling for the food. And so if the food is short, the older one becomes the stronger and stronger bully.
Yeah. Okay. I'll probably have to stop the wildlife broadcast a bit because it's unfortunately raining now. But I'll be back very soon. Okay. Because I have to protect the gear, otherwise I won't be able to broadcast. So I'm just going to interrupt it a bit. Sorry about that, but I have to really be careful now. Okay. So I'll be back. I'll be back. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.